folks? This is a video from me, the Chad Factor. This will be one of my first Black History facts and Black History lessons from me. What is not usually talked about in Black history. And I also have this, Black Guns Matter. So I have this going on here. I'm going to talk about this in my next video. But, as we can see from the leftist regressive media, we see that a lot of people have been talking about how people are coons and sellouts for meeting with Donald Trump and trying to reason with Donald Trump and trying to build something with Donald Trump at the moment. And a lot of people are doing this. Your Roland Martins, the News One organizations, the Tariq Nasheeds, calling them Nazi collaborators, okay? Liberal pundits, the Breakfast Club, everybody is bashing people for meeting with Donald Trump. So, in the history of this country, we've had a lot of great leaders. We've had Elijah Muhammad, we had Marcus Garvey, we had Malcolm X. Marcus Garvey actually met with the Ku Klux Klan at a summit, discussing whether or not what separation we're going to do, what plans we're going to do. The Nation of Islam, which is ran by Elijah Muhammad, worked with George Lincoln Rockwell and the Klan. George Lincoln Rockwell actually went to a Savior's Day conference first time in 1961 and waited hours in line to get in. And there's actually a picture of him inside the mosque, and he actually spoke out to thousands of people at another event. It was the largest crowd of him speaking out. He was an outright racist, but he still agreed with people who want to do separation. He was able to shake hands and meet. He actually praised Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad. Actually did it. And also, and Malcolm X actually had a video about this of when Elijah Muhammad had Malcolm X meet the Klan in Atlanta, and we're doing deals, and we're actually getting land from them so they can have their own land, independent nation. So I'm saying this to say that there's a lot of things that are not talked about with this, because you always have to meet with your enemy to get things done, or meet with someone you might perceive as your enemy. Now, is the Chad Factor saying you need to go meet with the Klan or meet? No, I'm saying people call people coons for meeting with Trump, even though, in my opinion, I don't think the man is racist at one point. I don't think he's bad, okay? But you have these people, you have a lot of the pro-black movement that is calling people who are meeting with Trump coons, but Marcus Garvey can meet with the Klan, and Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X can meet with the Klan and George Lincoln Rockwell. So I'm just giving historical fact here that during a time of Emmett Till, during a time of the Civil Rights Movement, during a time of when there were lynchings and violence against black people going on, that this organization still was able to meet, come to an agreement of separation, shake hands, wheel deals, and make things happen, even though all this violent rhetoric and situations was going on. But the mainstream media doesn't talk about this part of the black power movement, or the black movement of black people who wanted to separate from white people, but just wanted the same resources. And this gets overshadowed by the entire civil rights movement. That's why no one ever talks about this. You'll never hear the mainstream media talk about, or never heard about, the association between George Lincoln Rockwell, Elijah Muhammad, or Marcus Garvey and the Klan meeting in the 1920s. So I'm saying this to say that in the history of this country, you've always had to meet with racist people, or people that may or may not like you, but you did it so you can accomplish some things in the future. That's what I keep trying to tell people. So when I hear people say Nazi collaborator, when I hear people call people coons and sellouts just for meeting with somebody, it's very, very extremely disingenuous to do. And I use these examples, and I also use the example of Muhammad Ali, also, who used to be a Nation of Islam member, met with the Klan, actually went to Klan meetings trying to promote black people that need to stay with their own race, and he spoke there, and people were clapping and yelling his name. But that's a clip, and the media doesn't talk about that. Wonder why. What I'm saying this to say is that you can't look at history and say this is all that is. You have to look deeper and deeper into it and look at all sides, because not every black person actually agreed with that movement or with the civil rights movement in a general sense. They agreed with some things, but they didn't agree with the whole philosophy of integration. Okay? Not saying there weren't good things done in that movement. I am going to say that a lot of people did not agree with the methods or did not agree with how it went afterwards. Okay, my 80-year-old grandfather can tell you that himself. So another thing is that you can't keep calling people coons for meeting with Trump when historical figures have met with literal racist, openly racist white people, okay, and basically is doing the same thing through business dealings. And by the way, let's get it straight. These are business dealings. Is why people are meeting with Trump. The same when Elijah Muhammad met with the Klan, Marcus Garvey met with the Klan, and Muhammad Ali. These are business dealings. These are not him trying to work on his cabinet or kiss up to him. These are people trying to build on their own thing and help their community. So that's what's happening. Love that mug, man. So I'm just stating this to tell you that this little known fact needs to be taught in black history, in case people will call either black conservatives coons or black libertarians coons, or people who just have an opposite mindset. Okay, because those individuals that I just named were never called coons. Muhammad Ali, Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, and Marcus Garvey were not called coons for meeting with them. But people who want to meet your Steve Harveys, your Ben Carsons, your who else? Ray Lewis's, your Jim Browns, even. Like, people were calling Jim Brown a coon. Are you serious, my dude? Are you serious? Jim Brown, the man who basically had a whole organization dedicated to curbing down gun violence, okay, and helping black youth, you're calling coon. He liked him. Now, he voted for Hillary Clinton, which I very, very, very aggressively am against on, but he likes Trump's economic plan and plan for the inner city youth, which I do like, which is why, and I've always respected Jim Brown even when I was younger, so it was just a breath of fresh air when he was agreeing with some things he said. So, but the point is, you can't keep calling people coons who want to actually look and help and actually build upon it, because he's the president. So you have to see what he's going to do for your group or do anything for the people in general, but definitely most specifically your group. So that's why they're going to him to help out the black community and see if their taxes can be lowered, if their businesses can be propped up so they can hire more young black people or young people in general. So this video is a black history fact. Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, and Muhammad Ali all met with the Klan and did it through business venture and did it to have a land and promote separation of the races and the same resources. but that is not talked about in the mainstream. And that's my video for a Black History Fact. Thank you.